Welcome to the Football Show live post-match after the Scottish Cup final where it finished St Johnstone 1, Hibernian 0. Most of the pundits ahead of this match got it woefully wrong. Hibs, clear favourites with a lot of people, but in the end, this 50-50 match favoured St Johnstone. They've won the double.
Yep, I don't think anyone would have predicted that St Johnstone would have been double winners at the start of the season. Certainly not Callum Davidson. I've just spoken to the St Johnstone manager and we joked with him that he should retire now, Peter. He's got them European football. They finished 5th in the league and he's won both of the cups. Only the second team ever outside of the Old Firm to do so in one season after Aberdeen in 1990. And who would believe it? Both of the finals finished 1-0 to St Johnstone. Sean Rooney with the goal in both games in the 32nd minute each time. Just to give you a little bit of the bookies insight on that, that would have been 15 million to 1 had you put that on.
Well, the big man actually in the after-match interview, Sean Rooney, suggested that he'll be drinking for the entire summer. So I don't think anybody would begrudge him it because he came into the side at a point where he was being kept out of the side, took his chance and has made himself a St Johnstone legend, as has Callum Davidson and everybody else. A double is incredible. A big hi to so many people congratulating St Johnstone on this one. Hi to Wilson Jr., Michael Clark, who's in Cairo, Lee Sertain, I hope I pronounced that right, Lee. Jamie, who says, where's Tam? Peter, I think Tam McManus at this moment is sobbing uncontrollably in a car somewhere. Charlie Drummond says, well done, Saints. Mike Somerville says, great game for St Johnstone. And John Donald as well. And also, I think a lot of people enjoyed the game. St Johnstone worthy winners. Congratulations, says Andrew Davison and Robbie Slater. Well done, St Johnstone. And over the course of the game, if we're praising St Johnstone and what they've achieved this season with the double, Gabriel, on the flip side of that, Hibs were woeful.
Yeah, Hibs were well below par, and you almost felt that with that Dundee United win in the semi-final, that perhaps they'd got over that hand and hoodoo that's haunted them since the 2016 Cup final victory. But they hadn't. They were below par again today. Manager Jack Ross was positive in his post-match about the opening 30 minutes. He did say they were devastated, of course, for his players, and the whole dressing room was down. But they were just not at it at all. Nisbet, Boyle, Deutsch hardly got a touch of the ball. And St Johnstone lulled them into that let's knock it long, and our back three of McCart, Kerr and Gordon will just hoover it up. Anything at the edge of the 18 box, they'll head it away, and that's exactly what they did. At the end of the game, Jack Ross said that it was still an outstanding season for his team. Of course, they finished third, their best finish in 16 years. But if you're a Highby, you were disappointed with the cup results this season. You got knocked out by the Jambos, your Edinburgh rivals, who are, of course, in the league below, beaten 3-0 by St Johnstone in the League Cup semi-final here, and beaten again by St Johnstone in the cup final without really mustering a shot. They had one shot, Jackson Irvine in the first half, one save for Xander Clark. That's not good enough for Hibernian.
Yeah, I thought they lacked invention. I thought they lacked any kind of creativity. Couldn't get past any men at the back line of St Johnstone to try and open them up and maybe up back from the byline. I mean, they were just woeful. And then this long ball towards the St Johnstone back line, and they just loved the long ball into the box because they could eat it up. And then, of course, we mentioned it prior to the game, and I think they deserve a special mention. We mentioned the key players. Roughie highlighted Xander Clark. Okay, he didn't have anything to do. I thought the two key players were going to be Sean Rooney and David Wotherspoon, and so it turned out. Rooney popped up with a goal, which is great, but Wotherspoon for me was just an absolute class act. I mean, I saw him crying on the BBC in the aftermatch interview, which, you know, is emotional. Everybody probably looking at it was probably emotional. 2 months from now in the dressing room, they'll be playing that back to him, absolutely caning him for it. You know that, Gabriel. He'll get pelters for crying after a cup final, but he was well worthy of the man of the match.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And I was speaking to a few of the journalists in there, and he almost looks like he's playing in slow motion when he's on the ball. He's got that fake shot, that double step over. We spoke about it pre-match. Darren Jackson will claim it next time he's on. He said, you watch out for Wotherspoon whipping the ball to the far post and Rooney getting ahead of his man, Doig. And that's exactly what happened for the goal. Rooney got in there, slammed it in at the far post, and yet Wotherspoon for me was a worthy man of the match. I've got to give a shout out to Jamie McCart. That was the best game I've ever seen him play. He was absolutely fantastic left side defender. And also Ali McCann. The Perth Saints do well to keep a hold of him. He was absolutely fantastic. fantastic. With 2 years left on his deal, they'll be hoping to keep hold of him for next season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm dying to know who's singing behind you, because there's supposed to be no fans there, Gabriel. But
Yeah, a few fans arriving.
Well,
One
have
or
a
two.
chat with him. Have a chat. Get his thoughts.
Who was your man of the match? David Witherspoon?
David Witherspoon.
Yeah. Who would you have gone for then?
I like David.
Depends who you're looking for.
Alexander.
McCart for me at the back. I thought he was the best player.
Yeah, you can tell it's live. That's
Alexander.
yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Just about to say, yeah. That was one of the most extensive interviews you've ever done, Gabriel. Never mind. Anyway, Trevor Kane says, "Congratulations, well done, St Johnstone." Thank God we turned the mic off, because we can't hear him now, just in case he says anything untoward. And of course, lots of people talking about how poor Hibs were. Michael Climie has said, "Well done to St Johnstone. Hibs were rank rotten again today at Hampden." And I think a lot of people are looking at it and thinking they were indeed poor. Give us your thoughts on the game as well. And it's just right for me to actually mention to you that you can download the app for the new season. There'll be updates in Scottish and English football, breaking news across European and world football, and the good news about the app, you can actually record yourself on your mobile phone, and it'll register with us, and your video could be featured on the programme as well. And Tam McManus has just sent me a text there saying they've bottled it again. I don't think you can argue with that. It was a big, big chance for them, and in the end they didn't step up to the plate. One thing that I think is great about this, though, this is a double, and this will go down in history. I mean, it's incredible, the performance in winning 2 cups, Gabriel.
Yeah, who on earth could have thought this would happen? St Johnstone this season have won more trophies than Aberdeen have done in my lifetime, for example. It's just absolutely fantastic. As I said, we were joking that he should retire. We spoke to Craig Bryson as well, the full-time whistle. He said he was speaking to Sean Rooney in the changing room, and he said he called him an idiot, but a good idiot, and that you need someone like him in the changing room. And he said, "Sean, there's going to be a statue of you in Perth. There's going to be a statue of you in Perth. You know that?" Middleton's his man of the match. There you go. Even the penalty miss. But yeah, he said, "Sean, there's going to be a statue of you in Perth." And Sean Rooney said back to Bryson, "No, there won't be." And he said, "Yes, there will be." And I would not doubt it. An absolute legend now. 2 in 1 season. 2 cup finals with medals. 2 goals in the same season to win the cups. And I'll give you a question, Peter. He becomes the 5th player and the first outside of the old firm to score in both cup finals in the same season this century. Who are the other 4?
Oh, who are the other 4 who've scored
Yeah.
in a Scottish Cup final?
In both cup finals, Scottish and League Cup, in the same season this century.
Wow, that's a good question.
That's a teaser.
I'm going to take it. Is Eric Black one of them?
No, it's got to be this century. This century. 5 players.
this
Sean
century.
Rooney's the 5th. Yep. You've got 4 this
5
century that have
players.
done it, both from old firm clubs.
Right, so they've scored in the Scottish Cup and the League Cup final. It's got to be Larson, isn't it?
Larson's the first one, yep.
Yeah,
Larson, I think
Lovenkrands?
2001. No, but it is from the 2002 season. It's the number 6. You won't want to say his name, but he scored in both of those
right?
cup finals. Yeah.
Is Barry Ferguson
the other-
scoring both of them? Well, that's great for Baz, yep.
2002, and the other 2 are Chris Boyd, I think it was 2007-8, and then Tom Rogic in 2017 for Celtic.
I have to tell you, I wouldn't have got that, the other 2, but nevertheless, not a bad shout. George Grimison says Callum Davison is 4-1 to win the Epsom Derby, and I don't think anybody would disagree with that. He's been absolutely magnificent. Gordon McFadgen says, "Well done, the Saints." Colin says, "Give Tam a phone and give him it tight." Listen, the one key thing that Tam has just said to me on a text, I can see the text coming down from Tam, who's clearly miffed at the whole thing. He said, Boyle and Nisbet would have been as well sitting next to him in the commentary position. They were so poor. I mean, I did mention to you before the game kicked off that Boyle would try and dive to win a penalty, and he did, and the referee was not fooled by him whatsoever.
No, Nick Walsh having absolutely none of it. I think Boyle, it was almost a Hail Mary for him. 5 minutes to go. As soon as I get a touch, I'll go down. He has got that tag. I mean, players will do anything to win a cup final, but it's not exactly what you want to see. St Johnstone did have a penalty, and I didn't think at first viewing that it was, but on the replay it certainly was. Paul McGinn bringing down Chris Kane, I think it was in the end. Glenn Middleton grabbing the ball. I was surprised by that. The youngster very confident after scoring the free kick in the semi-final. He saw his penalty saved by Matt Macy, and then Chris Kane with a follow-up couldn't even rattle it in. So it could have been a much less anxious last 15 minutes for Saints fans, but in the end they got over the line and they are well-worthy winners.
Yeah, absolutely. Neil Gray says, never in my wildest dreams as a St Johnstone fan did I think I would be seeing my team win 3 trophies in 10 years, 1 League Cup and 2 Scottish Cups. I bet everyone who gave Steven Gerrard Manager of the Year are regretting that now. Well, listen, it's arguing after the fact, but you'd be hard-pressed to pick a Manager of the Year now if you had to actually award it, Gabriel, because here is a provincial club with, few resources, certainly none comparable with Rangers, and they win a double.
Yeah, I think even Steven Gerrard himself, if he was to be asked now, would give his Manager of the Year award to Callum Davidson because he's got that invincible league title. And that was all that mattered for Rangers this campaign in the end. Well, you know how the awards work, that they get voted for far before the end of the season, which perhaps it should be changed, but that's just the way it is. At that point in time, no one could have foreseen that they would have knocked out Rangers in the fashion they did as well. And just speaking to Callum Davidson there, and Craig Bryson, they said that in the changing room after the Rangers quarter-final, with the nature of Xander Clark getting in that equaliser in the 120th minute, the shootout win, they just felt that their name was on the cup, and it had to be Sean Rooney. He's been their standout in the last few months. It had to be him with the goal.
Yeah, if we were talking about Hibs players that potentially could be cherry-picked from other clubs, I think there'll be a few St Johnstone players, and Rooney, for me, has been the standout in the last 6 months. They'll certainly be looking at him, and I feel for the players who have St Johnstone in their heart. Stevie May gets himself a medal, Liam Craig as well, it was fantastic, and to see David Wotherspoon there picking up the medal in the man of the match was brilliant. Great lad as well. So that sums it up. It completes the season for us, Gabriel. It's been an amazing season. You've done a lot of great work. The whole team on PLZ Soccer has been absolutely immense. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of everything across the Scottish domestic scene, and of course we've thrown in some English football and Champions League football as well. We will be covering Scotland at Euro 2020. We hope you will join us for that. You can download the app in Google Play and on the App Store, and that will give you all the live video that you require, all the updates, and you'll certainly get all the breaking news as well, and you can give us your thoughts by recording your messages. What I would say to you is we'll be back next season for the domestic campaign, 3 trophies to fight for all over again. Hopefully you will be back in the stadium of the team you support and watching this programme, because the guys will almost certainly be here alongside me in the studio, including Gabriel. I'm really looking forward to that as well, Gabriel, because the banter will be magnificent when we're all finally back here together in the studio.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being the brunt of the jokes about my no socks again today. Someone had to go at me inside for not wearing a 3-piece suit to the Scottish Cup final. So, no, I can't wait to get back inside. Euros first and then next season, and hopefully I don't get blown away here with the wind here in Glasgow. No rain, we've got the wind, and St Johnstone have the cup, and we've got a few fans hoping to catch the bus as it heads back to Perth. I'm not sure that they'll get any selfies with the players, but they'll be absolutely delighted back in Perth tonight.
Well, if they are true St Johnstone fans, whatever you do, Gabriel, don't tell them where George Square is. Just head them back up the A9 to Perth. Let them go. It's as simple as that. Anyway, apart from anything else, you've done a wonderful job. Gordon as well in the background, and all our PLZ team. Thank you to each and every one of you guys. John Donald, Trevor Kane as well, Niall as well, Fiona Docherty, Andrew Breslin, Gordon McFadden, so many, Frank Ingalls, Andrew Davison, Richard Henry, Mag Somerville, a lot of people wishing us all the very best. Join us if you can for the Euros. We'll be on for that. All I would say to you is, coming up over the month of June, I'll be involved in some one-to-one specials with some very famous players and managers down through the years. We'll be sitting down, chatting football to them, chatting about their favourite players and games and memories as well. So look out for the one-to-ones, and also look out for the whole team PLZ back in 2021-22 for the new season in Scotland. From everyone, from Hampden, from Gabriel, St Johnstone are the winners of the Scottish Cup. They are the double winners this season. Rangers are the champions in the Premiership. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage from the Football Show. From Gabs and myself, Peter Marson. Thanks for watching.